coming up for you guys. Last 2 games won. How are you going ahead of the game tomorrow?
Yeah, we're looking good. Training's been really positive this week. Obviously, a couple of good results helped that. And we've got a lot more players in contention to play and make the travelling squad. So just to get a spot is difficult at the moment. So that all bodes well, that competition within the squad, and hopefully it shows on Sunday against Newcastle.
What's changed from last season to this season? Because it does seem like a more confident group. And what would a third straight win mean to you guys?
Well, last season we actually started really well, won 4 of our first 5 games, and then sort of fell in a bit of a hole after that. So probably the biggest change is that this season we haven't started well. But the performances have been improving week by week, and whilst we don't always get the results, the performances have been improving even before we got those couple of wins. So that's what I look at. The results can sometimes, mask some things that are going on, or provide extra positivity where it's not there as well. So we're just trying to continue to get better week in, week out. And probably the other thing that's changed for us in the last couple of weeks is the squad's gotten healthier as well. So we've had more players to choose from, able to get more minutes into those players too. So the squad is a bit more balanced and healthy.
Just a couple of spots above you on the ladder. What do you make of Newcastle's side?
It's always difficult to go and play in Newcastle. They get really good home support as well. And I think we've been there the last 3 New Year's Eves as well, so they keep fixturing us there for some reason. But they're a side that likes to press high and create chances that way. They're dangerous on the counter-attack, and they've been playing some really good football and scoring a lot of goals. So we're expecting a really tough game from Newcastle, and we'll need to be at our best if we're going to get something out of the game.
Wanderers game, clean sheet. I believe you guys are the first to do so. Are you feeling a bit more in the mix as you go into this game New Year's Eve and then next year?
Yeah, hopefully. It was our first clean sheet for the season. We still gave up, to be fair, quite a few big chances, and our goalkeeper had an outstanding game, and we showed a bit of resilience to defend those key moments. So it was good to keep a clean sheet and only need 1 goal to win a game. And it was a great sort of bonding experience over Christmas period as well for the players. Away wins are hard to come by in this league, so we'll take a lot of confidence out of that. And we've always felt like we're in the mix. We've just been battling a little bit for consistency within games and from week to week. So that's what I'll be asking for from the group again this week, is as close to a 90-minute performance as we can get.
Grove was obviously outstanding in that game. Do you think that was her best so far?
Probably for this season. She's been with us for a while though, and we've seen her play a lot of good games for us too. So she's also being pushed really hard by, we've got a very even goalkeeping group, and there's 2 keepers that are currently sitting behind her who also have the quality and ability to start in our team too. So we feel like that goalkeeper group at the moment is really positive, and it's really pushing all of those players to be at their best, like it is with the outfield group as well.
Yeah, I guess how healthy and how positive is that competition for lift spots at the moment and making every player the best they can be?
Yeah, it's crucial. You don't want to be in a situation where you're just picking whoever's available at that time. There are some players who are training really well at the moment that can't get a look in the match day 16. So that gives me headaches, but they're good headaches to have. It's difficult to pick a team at the moment. And there's some players that are hard done by because they're missing out on selection. But they just need to keep working hard and persevering, and when they get their opportunity, make the most of it. And for the players that are currently in the squad, they just need to keep performing to hold their spots as well.
Are you expecting a big show out on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, well, like I said, Newcastle have been getting some really good support, and it's good support that's been widespread across the league since the Women's World Cup. So we expect another big vocal crowd out at Newcastle, and we're just excited to get another game in this year and have a crack and see if we can make it 3 in a row.
What would it mean for you guys as well, I guess, finishing off the year on such a high if you were to win 3 in a row?
Yeah, well, it's a long way to go to get nothing out of a game, so it's always easier to travel back if we are able to get something out of the game. So it would mean a lot. It's just another step forward, and just continuing that progression and improvement in performance that we feel like we've seen over the last month. That would probably be the biggest thing apart from 3 points.
Perfect.
Thanks.
I might ask just one last
yep.
question. You mentioned last 3 consecutive years playing Newcastle New Year's Eve and bonding. Does taking the group away on New Year's Eve give the group an opportunity to bond and connect a little bit more?
Yeah, it does. I'm sure if you ask them though, they'd probably rather be home. I know my wife would rather that I'm home with her because I haven't spent New Year's Eve with her for a few years now. But yeah, any time we get to go away as a group, it's a good opportunity for players to mix and bond and get to know each other. The only disappointing thing is that we can't take our whole squad away with us. So I think one of our players is turning 21 on New Year's Eve as well, so it'll be hopefully an extra special celebration for her too, but we'll see how we go.
I might just ask one more as well. Sorry, how big of a loss is Ella Tonkin as well to that suspension?
Yeah, it's a great question. Ella's probably been our most consistent performer across the season, and for someone so young, yeah, she brings a lot to our backline. So she's going to be a big loss, but we feel like we have the players in reserve waiting to step in and take her spot and do really well. So we're confident we can cover Ella, but she has probably been our most consistent performer this year.